G'day, welcome back to ChunkyNadz, episode 12. One chunker starting in Valamore with a side of extreme. We left last episode getting the beautiful little rock golem, and we are going to continue in our quest to get 55 mining. But for those that are new and don't want to go through episodes 1 to 11, though I do recommend it for the casual improvement in editing and audio, perhaps a little bit of visual improvements as well, let's take a peek at where we've come from, just starting from our first chunk. So let's take a little look. We started in this Valamore Civitas Illa Fortis chunk with a bank and some other bits and pieces. We needed 58 cooking and 40 pickpocketing for a guard. We then rolled relatively quickly and then went, well, the next roll's going to take a long time. Required 82 farming out of this here farming patch, plus 95 chefery by way of many a corn. That took us about 780 hours and 95 thieving and 2 rocky pets along the way. Next up, we rolled the Avium Savannah. Not much doing there. We then picked up the Hunters Guild with a 28 range requirement, quick and easy. We shuffled across, we rolled the Outer Fortis. We may have kind of semi-stuffed up, bridged some rules, but yeah, there's a make-up along the way, and there is an episode that you can check out for that. And Editor Nads, I trust you'll flash up what episode number that is. Then, as of the last episode, you'll have seen we grabbed our little friend the sand crabs, plus the frog quest, and culminating with the mining chunk. And that is where we are today. 55 mining for that piece of mithril. We already got the golem at 7,415 XP. And now we're going to power through this so we can continue to unlock the beauty that is Valamore chunk.
Hello, Mr. Rock Golem. What level are we getting today? That'd be level 30. We can now mine coal and size 3 motherlode and size 3 stars.
Speaking of size 3 stars, we have one right here. This is gonna just make things a bit more bearable. Some juicy AFK-ness when it works. So look, in all honesty, there is not much to see here other than a bunch of miners. And let's be honest, miners, it's gonna be one of our favorite things, right? Sneaky little lamp in the invent can only mean one thing. Slap that bad boy on agility, 60 XP and 7 agility.
Quick and easy little recording as we pretend like we're mining some gold. Experience lamp, 70 agility XP, level 8.
Love me a little bit of AFK-ness as we are entering the work day, but also the AFK-ness that is star mining as we hit 48 mining. That is halfway to our level 55 goal. So we're coming along quite nicely, given that we are in the work week now. Hopefully we can find a few more stars landing in this mine so that we can nudge these levels along without having to focus on the click-intensive nature that is mining. You've probably seen the teak log and the knife hovering in the invent for some time now. Oh, and there is 50 mining on the piece of iron ore. Relatively quick way of doing it. Size 5 stars are us. But yeah, the teak log and the knife are in the invent. Just when I feel like a bit of focus time, we try just to 2-tick some rocks, shove things along a little faster. As we all know, mining just is not the most exciting content. It's not taken nearly as long as my moaning would have you believe, but there is 55 mining, also known as our chunk goal, or one of, because now we need to just make that 2-tile walk across, strike that mithril with our pickaxe, and hopefully relatively quickly very quickly indeed, pick up the ore. That is chunk complete. As we typically like to do before rolling a new chunk,
let us take a quick peek at the fruits of our labours. Starting off, we did begin the mining part of this video talking about obtaining a lot of iron ore, forgetting about all the other methods of mining within the game. So, let's go through them. Stardust, 1616, the least utilised mine for star landings. I think that makes sense. Sounds Englishy. 67 clay, 6 copper, 26 tin. I think most of these, nay, all of these were from our good friend Karabi. 1119 iron ore, 226 silverados, 538 coal, 597 gold, and 3 mithril ore. We may have filled up the inventory before heading back to El Bunko. So a decent haul there from a mining perspective. It'll get us a few smithing levels, not too many, but that's once we unlock smithing, and essentially when we do unlock smithing we have a lot more mining to do anyway. So let's get to the fun part. Let's head on over to the chunk picker, take a peek at what we have available, and hit that beautiful proceed button and roll a chunk.
First off, no visit to a chunk map is complete without ticking off this here chunk task. And we're done. The chunk is complete and the roll can begin.
So I think the way we're going to do this, since we've done a lot of rolls lately and that information should be pretty fresh in your mind, we're just going to talk about those with icons attached to them. We're feeling clockwise, so we're going to start at 2 and go clockwise. So number 2 is the Bazaar. Normally a 43 crafting grind, but anything that unlocks crafting from level 1 will trigger 72 by way of the Hunters Guild and the Mixed Hide bases. 9 is an 87 crafting, forget about the trigger. There's a lot of crafting there. We also get access to a furnace, and we will have some smithing to do now that we have access to mithril. Number 5 is the Giants, of course, and the 91 Hunter Grind, again, accessible via the Hunter Guild. 7 is the Fishy Fishies for the big everything, Swordfish, Shark, and can't forget Base. Last but not least, number 3, another mining chunk that would lead to 70 for Adamant Ore. So without further ado, the rest are pretty free. Let's just do it. We keep just jumping into these things, so we may as well follow suit. Chunk rolling. But getting some pretty good luck here. Hunters Guild Backyard, I'm pretty sure that's free. Let's head on over there and take a peek.
Well, looking at the chunk picker, it is indeed free. So let's unlock it. There we go. Double click, remove the shaded area. Let's zoom out a little bit and have a bit of a peek around. First and foremost, a couple of solo missions there. Oak tree, see another oak tree in the distance. More solo missions. Ooh, another toucan. Oryx, that just dropped bones. Oh, another toucan. Third one, that must be a 3 can. Good grief, solo mission has taken over this place. There's a man in the distance, it is rumored. G'day, mate. Are you lost? He's in a pickle. Oh, deliver pickle. With some bandits. Ooh, bandits. From memory, and ChunkyNadz will keep me honest, that is a steel pickaxe. Not necessarily a chunk task, but a task we will complete before we roll. Otherwise, you know, just going from chunk roll to chunk roll to chunk roll to chunk roll. Assuming we get freebies anyway. Stop in the cabin. Cavern. If that was a cabin, that would be a little strange. Anyway, let's have a poke around. Under the Hunter's Guild, what have we got? Absolutely nothing. Cool. Well, we've explored. It's free. Let's play around with these bandits for a steel pick and roll again. ChunkyNadz here. First and foremost, 50 strength. We like to operate with what's called a replay buffer. And like all smart people, when we get a milestone, we hit stop replay buffer instead of downloading the damn thing. And guess what? We got a steel pickaxe too. And where do you think that little replay buffer went? One of the things we haven't done yet is anything with our teak sapling and our hardwood patch. So let us... Oh, hang on. Marcellus. Hello again. You helped forge my alliance with the froggers against those disgusting flies. Please feel free to use my farming patch in return. It's the least I can do. Good man. I'm going to use it anyway, because that's what I wanted to do, bud. So let us rake the weed, plant the sapling, and we should be able to pay this guy. Oh, it's only 15. I thought it might have been 25 limpwords, so that is paid. 3 days later, this is going to grow into a beautiful teak tree. Give us whatever experience they give. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's like 7 or 9,000. I think it's 7,000, which is just a nice little jump to the farming. We haven't had any farming levels since the El Longo grind, but don't really. Little bit of spoonage along the way to get that 1 in 128 pick, but we can head straight to the chunk picker. Now, we're not going to belabor the point on everything we have in front of us, but we are going to talk about our 2 new rollables, 11 and 12. Delightful in both instances. They are each free. 11 is very free, 12 is free, but sets us up with travel to Alderaan. Also got a helmet supplier, general store, and some ground items, so... You know, that's actually not a bad one. Despite being free, it unlocks a lot more. Let's just jump straight into it. We know what we're doing. So let's click yes. And have a look at what we are going to roll. It's another freebie. Very much used to having meme grinds in Chunk World. But very rarely do we get the meme chunk. We unlocked Sunset Coast. We're going to unlock this and notice very quickly it's a meme chunk. We can't get down here. So let's explore what we can see of this chunk, which is very, very little. Or at least that we can access, which is very, very little. We see another toucan. We see that which we cannot access. And that's it. So, when we said this was a free chunk, kind of meant it in every way, shape or form. Get to roll again at least. With all of the exploring done in the 15 tiles of the fake chunk, we can now roll again. There is nothing new rollable. If we do eventually roll 6, it would then unlock the balance of Sunset Coast and charter ships, but just go straight into it. You all know what's available. Let's do it. There we have it. Sunset Fishing Cove. That will trigger the big bass, the big swordfish, and the big shark. So here, fishy, fishy, fishy.